जनाब स्पीकर, आपका बहुत शुक्रिया, आपने मुझे मौका दिया फाइनेंस बिल पर बात करने के लिए. The last time I stood here before you, I couldn't leave the country because I was on the exit control list. And फिर जब आपने joint session बुलाया था, मैंने काफी कोशिश किया. I rushed to come back, but unfortunately our airspace was shut and I was unable to make it. और फिर एक बार फिर, it's rather unfortunate that for the last 2 days we were unable, and I believe that both the opposition and the Treasury benches share some of the blame on this, but we were unable to run the business of this House, particularly given the circumstances our country are facing. That was indeed unfortunate, but we're very grateful that today you are allowing opposition parties to speak on the budget. It would have been an unprecedented move were there not to be a debate on the budget. And while we thank you for that, I must reiterate on the floor of the House that it would be the most appropriate if there was a complete and proper debate on the finance bill. First of all, Mr. Speaker, I would like to take the opportunity to pay tribute to our brave soldiers who sacrifice so much to keep us safe. I would like to pay tribute to the Pakistani Air Force, which has once again proven that they're indeed the best Air Force in the world. I would like to make special mention of PAF pilot Hassan Siddiqui, who shot down the Indian aircraft that had violated our sovereign territory. And the two courageous soldiers, Shaheed Abdul Rab and Shaheed Khurram, who sacrificed their lives on the line of control. It would be remiss for me not to pay tribute to Shaheed Bilawal Bhutto, whose foresight in developing Pakistan's nuclear capability is today our best line of defense, and to Shaheed Bhutto, who provided missile technology to Pakistan and further strengthened our defense. Mr. Speaker, I want to make it crystal clear that the significance of India's belligerence and naked aggression cannot be underestimated. The violation of Pakistan's sovereignty was an unprecedented violation, a violation which has not taken place since 1971. And the onus of this escalation falls solely and squarely on the shoulders of Mr. Modi's Hindutva extremist government. To exploit a terrorist attack for petty political gain is awful in and of itself. But to politicize war between two nuclear-armed nations just so he can perform in his electoral arena is really to descend to new depths of depravity. The world, Mr. Speaker, may not know Mr. Modi, but the Muslims of the subcontinent know him well. The butcher of Gujarat is infamous for his role in the Gujarat massacre. The very countries now parroting his line for Pakistan to do more would not even grant him a visa to enter their countries because he was such an extremist hate mongerer with blood on his hands. We have seen how the butcher of Gujarat, upon being elected to India's highest office, has now become the butcher of Kashmir. As a new generations of Kashmiris rise up to demand their rights, Modi's tyrannical government has broken all records of inhumanity. We have watched in horror. We've watched in horror as the world stood idly by while young Kashmiris were blinded by pellet guns, while they were used as human shields, while rape was deployed as a weapon of suppression, oppression, and terror. The United Nations resolution calling for a plebiscite in Kashmir gathers dust while the world is apathetic to the plight of Kashmiri Muslims. Let the plebiscite take place. Let the people of Kashmir deploy the democratic right and choose their destiny. And we can guarantee, Mr. Speaker, that there will be no such terrorist attack in Kashmir ever again.